All right, what is going on, guys? Today we have a Acura TLX. This is a revisit from before. We did Chameleon Windshield film on this exact type of Acura from the same client. It just, unfortunately, the other one was in an accident. And also, unfortunately, the Chameleon film that we installed had some sort of glue defect that the company fessed up to. Tried to make right? I don't know. So we're doing the lighter shade. Apparently, everybody that's tried to install that other darker shade has had problems with it. So we're going to install a lighter Chameleon film of the same color. Hopefully that goes well. And then also, we're going to be tinting the rest of this in ceramic. We're going to be doing 5% ceramic around the sides and the back. So we got a lot of work to do. I also had to do a full... like a rear removal, but there was glue on the front doors as well. So we gotta watch out for some glue. Thoroughly go over the rest of it. Are you charging him? It's expensive. It's like 700 something. Yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I thought it got wrecked. It did. This is a new one. Is the Chameleon harder to install? It went pretty well the last time. It just had, there's an adhesive problem with it. I hope this stuff isn't as much, because it was like everything went okay. And then it was on there, and then trying to lock the glue down for like an hour after the fact, just kind of it left, and then it's got, what is it? It's got windshield defogger, basically the vents are right along this edge of the windshield. So it was the film started to release, and then it started to blow air underneath, but then it started curling off the side. Just a whole bunch of weird stuff was going on with it. Hopefully this one goes better. What brand of Chameleon? We're using Ultravision again. So I've had not the greatest experience with Ultravision, and I don't know. Shops are saying that it was the darker one that is having the problem. I don't know. Hopefully this goes well. Any tint school you recommend? What's it? Sean's got, Window Tint Warriors got one out in New York. There's Window Tinting School down in Florida, and then there's a handful of other ones. What are you charging to redo the windshield? The back, we were charging $150 to do the removal. Alan! Alan with the 5, can't watch on nights this week. I'll catch up later. Well, thank you. I appreciate that super chat very much.
Alan super chatted $5. Can't watch now on nights this week. I'll catch up on this later.
Thank you. I always forget that. I'm forgetting that there's a voice, but it is nice to have. Thank you again. All right, we got a lot of work, so we're going to get started. You guys can ask me questions as we go. Do you do taillights? No. No, I messed around with them. Not something I'm looking to quite get into. It would be nice to, have as a skill set. And I could do them, but I really wanted to. Another super chat.
Dorito super chatted $4.99. Can't watch, but will listen. Smiling face with hearts.
I hear something. I was wondering what that sound is. Dorito! Dorito with a 5. Thank you. Can't watch. Wow, another person that can't watch. Can't watch, but will listen. Well, thank you, man. Dang, you guys are nice. People telling me that they can't watch. But still support the stream. Good deal. Oh, that's awesome. So much money in tint. I did one job, and now I have 6 appointments. Hell yeah. Oh, you know what? I do remember this. That's my man's car. Didn't Dorito come in with a steal? The last time we did this one. Oh my god, this is gonna be dark.
Tropical Shade Tinting Super Chatted $5, watching and listening.
Tropical Shade with the 5. Watching and listening. Another person with a 5 watching and listening. You guys are crazy today. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, this car looks great. I like the red seats a lot. I want to make sure I had some fresh blades. That was the last thing that I think I forgot to do here. The ceramic? Ceramic's by GeoShield. It's their Pro Nano. Alright, we're good. How do you avoid fingers? Shrink. And if you're still getting them, shrink more. Bought a tint keg off of your recommendation. Can't imagine tinting without one. Dang, that's awesome. Yeah, tint kegs are awesome. Sorry, they're just super chats are awesome.
Chino Hernandez Super Chatted $4.99. Finally figured out how to send a super chat. You deserve it as you've answered a few of my questions, thank you.
Aww. Good God, you guys.
Mark Super Chatted $4.99. Was able to do my Civic hatchback rear window thanks to your vid. Not east to shrink. Thanks.
Whoa. So many nice super chats today. So that's 5 from Chino. Figured out how to send a super chat. You deserve it. You've answered a few of my questions. Thank you, man. And Mark was able to do a Civic hatchback thanks to my videos. Not easy to shrink. Thank you. Dude, thank you both. Really, really appreciate that. So much support today. Holy. I'm having trouble keeping up. Have you done a Civic hatch with the dual spoilers? I've done a Civic hatch with the triple spoilers. Yes. That guy right there. That's the easiest way to do them. Just buy it. It was $160 out of the car. Or you got to take it apart. I haven't had more than 2, I think. But on those 2 that I had, I was so happy I had it. It's just one of those things where I kind of thought there'd be more of them, and in some areas there's like a lot of them getting tinted. I just haven't run into that many of them yet. But yeah, when you need it, you need it. This car probably has tight side seals. Honestly, it's not bad. Just checking this here. Looks pretty good. This is, I don't want to call it a Honda, but it is. Hondas, Toyotas. I mean, there's, when you get into like Lexus and Acura, there are definitely some that have their challenges. This one is kind of like pretty straightforward on the sides. A little bit tight in like a couple spots, but shouldn't be bad. Back glass, reasonably flat. They seem to give you a fair amount of room. As far as some nicer cars go, this one is not too difficult. Which is good, because that means we can make it look that much better. So we're not running into a whole bunch of obstacles. What's up with Glass Aid? It's not available. I'm working on it. I was told I'd get an update yesterday, and I still haven't gotten my update. Been annoying the piss out of them. I don't know, one way or another we'll get it eventually. It's just... I appreciate so many people asking about it, though, because I wasn't sure how it would be received. I really liked it, and then I was like, it's just very different from what everybody's used to. But it seems like it's found its own fan group. It's a Glass Aid alternative. There really isn't a good one because there's not like anything like it. So you could, closest thing is probably like a, if you want just the white line, just get pinstriping. But it's not gonna protect the glass, so you're gonna have to like double up or something. Masking tape you could kind of use. There's also the old school button method. They don't want to go back to light, it's so slow. Then if the light is really what you need, then just get pinstriping. So that'll do basically the same thing in that. I use it to protect the glass. That's my main purpose. The white kind of helps make up for the application time. Because if I'm going to spend some time trying to save the glass, yay, cool. I'm happy about that, but I never like to do much at the expense of losing a lot of time for tinting a car. So I try to figure out something that would not only keep it safe, but from an installer standpoint, you're not burning a lot of time either. I was trying to get some footage. I actually did. I had a request to do a small video on the K5 that I was doing at the end of the day yesterday. I did that. And then I was trying to get the footage off a stupid GoPro without taking it out off of my headset. And it just wasn't happening. Even connected like my phone, and it gave me all the files to like pull. Except it wasn't, those weren't popping up. I don't even know. GoPros, they're fun, and then they drive you crazy. How much money did you invest in your tinting business when you first started out? Very little. I've been tinting for other shops, for quite a long time, so it's just kind of like I paid for a month and a half. No, 3 months. 3 months deposit on this place, and then just things that I needed to do for this place. But you know, I already had film to get started with here too. And it really didn't fall out of the norm for my ordering. So film's really gonna be like one of the biggest costs, but you can get into it pretty, I don't know, unless you want to like design a whole building and stuff like that, which I wouldn't suggest. Not unless you're mostly established. So you can get into it pretty cheap. Tools, film, get started out of like a personal garage or something, and just go from there. What would you recommend for a Mini Countryman? Oh, it's a Mini! Oh, I love Minis. Okay, I thought it was a minivan at first. Mini Countryman, 2 large dogs in the back. I don't think dogs in the back have anything to do with percentages. Most people go for like 20%, middle of the road. It's factory. It's what you see on most trucks and SUVs. So that's a pretty solid recommendation. That's what most people go with. So yeah, like I said, what do you see on the back of trucks and SUVs? But you know, that's really for shades. But you know, if you got the budget, spring for carbon or ceramic. It'll help with sun coming in the back, because 20% is nice. But if it's just in dyed, it's mostly for aesthetics. When you have like kids and other people sitting there in the back, including pets, keeping infrared heat off of them is nice. What is the difference between C2 carbon and Pro Nano in terms of heat rejection? About 25 to 30%. Sometimes a little bit more. Ceramic's just going to block out more heat or it's going to block out more heat. So just more. We're going to start here as a mobile window tinter. Would you recommend with dyed or carbon? Oh, would you recommend starting with dyed and carbon? Yeah, it's definitely a good way to go. Having a couple of options, especially in the beginning, is a great way to go. Because even when you're new, the clients that you're bringing in, like those can be your long-term business. Like, so you wanna treat things relatively seriously early on. So carry some quality film, no matter what. So a dyed and a carbon is a really, really good way to go. If you're still practicing, though, too, save a little bit money. Go with something like Tint Depot for practice film. I like the trick on the Challenger. Oh, Jaybird, thank you. That was, I guess it was Jaybird's suggestion. I don't hear usernames when I'm tinting, but I do remember hearing that tip. I did see the comment earlier. Thank you. It's like I typically stay away from taking anything apart, and that's really like in the realm of very little to do, major help, totally worth it on the Challenger that we did the other day. So we just like popped the deck lid back a little bit. I stole the trick from one of the groups. Oh, nice. Okay. All good. Everybody helping everybody is really cool. I always appreciate that. Most of everything I know has been stolen from somebody. It's just kind of how it goes. You watch what other people do, you kind of like add what they do and either add your own interpretation of it or just kind of like work it into your workflow. Right now there's more than enough work for absolutely everybody and not enough tinters to fill it. It's crazy. So we already did a glue removal on these doors, and we had to do a film removal on the rest of it. So we're just gonna keep an eye out for extra glue that might be somewhere. You know, I should have thought of it too. I don't know why I didn't think of it till after. It was like, oh, only the back is tinted, and then I just went into like like it was very little glue. But okay, so whenever you guys have a removal to do on a sedan, and it's like, or a coupe, and there's just tint on like the back, almost always you're gonna find something on the front. Whoever did the removal before will usually leave stuff in the hard to reach places. It's very rare that somebody will tint something that's just the back, and then somebody else will come in and get a removal and retint, and there'd be nothing on the front doors. Tried ATR. ATR and Awesome, those are easily the best glue removers that I've ever used. For window tint. There's, I don't know, I tried a bunch of like citrus-based ones and other stuff, and it's like, it was always hit or miss. Sit there with like rapid remover. So, yeah, good stuff. Some people are still booked 3 months out. Dang. I had somebody book today for August too as well. It was really nice. They're doing it as a birthday present for somebody. Tinted somebody else's vehicle. And yeah, it's cool. This whole streaming thing's really interesting for referrals. Because, like, you have something tangible to show somebody after your car's been tinted. Like, yeah, I had it tinted, and here's the video. So, it's cool. Pictures are good, but video is better. Do people still show up that far down the road? I would assume so. I take deposits, so they might forget. But you have the deposit on them too, and you let them know that their appointment's coming up. That's the whole point of the deposit. It stops them from looking, and it keeps good communication with them too. So if I didn't have that deposit, I'd be a lot more on the fence, depending on where you are and how established you are. Because I was running into it at the glass shop a lot more. You know, they have stuff booked a month out, and you know, they want to get it done within a reasonable amount of time, and if they're not super attached to the tint shop, then they'll just go somewhere else. They'll just keep calling around until they find somewhere. Can't say I blame them. Right now, it's just especially crazy. Do you end up giving that one dude a deposit back? No. No, it just lost communication. Just nothing happened after that. That was it. Uh-oh. Ooh. That is a little tight there, huh? I think we did one of these recently too, didn't we? Didn't we do a TLX? Is that what that was? It's got a couple spots here. I don't know if like something happened with the seal. Oh, I think that's what happened. I think I might have rolled it a little bit. We rolled it back up. Uh-oh. I got my... Sorry, 1 second. Hello, Tint Studio, how can I help you?
I'm looking to get my windows tinted on my 2010 Crown Vic.
Uh-huh.
Is that something you guys offer?
Yeah, we do window tinting.
Wait, can I get a price quote on that?
Yeah, sure. What was the vehicle again?
2010 Crown Vic, everything but the front window.
Oh, 2010 Crown Vic. It would be $300 for all the sides and the back.
300?
Yeah, the Crown Vic is just one of those cars that is a lot more work.
No, I got you. And then, is that ceramic or the head, or is it on what exactly
No, it's my entry. I have ceramic available, but that would be, it's still a quality film, but it's a color stable dyed film. Comes with a lifetime warranty. You can mix and match the shades any which way you need. My ceramic, it'd basically be $300 for dyed, $400 for carbon, and $500 for ceramic.
got it? So it'd be 500 ceramic.
Yep.
Where are you guys located?
We're over at, we're off of 18 Mile, or we're off of Mound Road near 18 Mile.
Alright, 18 and on.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. 500 ceramic. Alright, thank you.
Yep, no problem. Have a good one.
You have a good one.
Oof. Eight Mile? No, we're not at 8 Mile. Crown Vic, yeah, that is definitely one of those, like, super fun, right? Anytime you get a Crown Vic. I mean, I used to get them for like 150 all day long, and they drove me crazy. So, not particularly trying to go hard after that one. Hire part-time tinner, move appointment up. Easier said than done. Trying to get a halfway competent window tinner is very difficult. I saw. Gotta press that section down a little bit. The corner looked like it was maybe knocking into something. Sober tinter. Yeah. Yep, lots of problems there. Oh man. It's always fun wondering if the guys that you work with are gonna show up or leave you hanging with full day of work that was booked based on them showing up, and then all of a sudden, oh look, somebody decided to go on a bender. Whew, not fun. All right, what's going on with this one? I have a question here. Are we over? We might be over. If that's the case, haven't seen that. Doesn't look like it. Looked like everything was okay. Why did it look like a corner was going on me? Just gonna heat it up a little bit more. Alright, let's try this again. We good? Yeah, we're good. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Looks like it's fine. I don't really know. There's just like a small little finger up there. Looks like the rest of it's good though. No! There we go. I taped this and then I did my removal, so I wouldn't be surprised if we put a little wear spot in the tape, so it makes it harder to get out of here. It's just a little bit. Fine, we'll do it that way. Hope the Crown Vic knows you need an appointment. That's a good point. I don't expect he's gonna pop in here, but you never know. It's all good. I've had quite a few people ask me, they're like, hey, y'all do tint? Yes, I do. Okay, cool. How much for this car? All right, awesome. I'll be there in 10 minutes, or I'm outside. And I'm like, I go by appointment. And they're like, ah. Super chat.
Alan Schultz super chatted $5. Thanks again, Matt, for taking the job on.
Alan with the 5. Thank you. Thanks for taking on the job. Hey, my pleasure, man. I appreciate another go at the ceramic. I hope this works out better for you. So we're gonna cross our fingers real hard that this iteration of Ultravision is much better. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I've just had a bad string of specialty films too, but like every single one of them has had something. There was like the gold chrome stuff that I had to do. Unfortunately for that one, it faded within like 8 months. So like the job went okay, and he was still happy with it, and he was just like, yeah, it didn't end up fading. I still have it, but didn't run into problems and whatnot. So that was kind of nice that, you know, he was still happy with it, but noticeable fade after 8 months. And then I've seen other ones in the group that have not fared very well. So it was interesting at least from what I read about Ultra, was supposed to be made in the U.S. I don't really know exactly how, but it's supposed to be better. Little expensive, but if it's quality stuff, I mean, there aren't a whole lot of quality options out there. So the alarming thing is that that so many people had an issue with the one that we installed. But if other people are saying this one's okay, then should be good. How much should I expect in ceramic for a 99 Mustang? I don't know. It depends on where you go. Probably more than a regular car, just because it's a 99. Is that the Fox body, like the hatch one, or is that the like curvy back window one? It's 99, so I don't know when it switched over. The one with the hatch would be more expensive. But it all depends on who you call. I'd price it, I mean, if it's the older one, I'd probably price it around 5. Oh, with the windshield would be like 7. Curvy back window? Oh, okay, that one wouldn't be quite as bad. 450 plus 200, 650? Somewhere in there. But pricing will vary a lot depending on where you are, so best way to gauge it is find some reputable shops and see who you want to go with, call them up, see what they'll charge you. And then if it's too much, maybe call somebody else. But don't price shop too much, but yeah, it'll probably be somewhere in there. You know, I'm gonna check this before I tack it in. Okay. Glad I did. Just a little bit over. Not going to be able to make that. Let's get you tucked. Always wanted to learn how to tint windows. This is a good place to do that. We do a lot of things completely start to finish. And you can see everything. The good, the bad, and then hopefully at the end of it, we have a very nice job. Did we? Ooh, we forgot. Let me prep these. I gotta prep the windshield and the back. So we mostly got this part done. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, and we have to wait, prepping the windshield and the back glass, letting them dry. Then you can get other stuff done in the meantime. So I did scrub the outside. What's you doing there, little fly? Ooh, what the fuck are you? Is a thicker film better to work with? It's got its challenges. Oh, it's what you're gonna encounter more often than not. 1.5 mil film is pretty much the staple of window tint. How long does it take to shrink a back window? Depends on how long you've been doing it, but usually anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes. Or quicker. No, it can be much quicker. I don't know, what do we average on my streams? A couple minutes? I haven't timed it in a while. Two minutes with a torch. Yeah, you can go pretty quick with a torch. They're fun. They have their place. We will time it. This is a little bit, we'll time the, actually, because we're doing Chameleon, windshield's not going to be a race. Back window is flat too, so that's going to be pretty easy. An average car, like, you know, there's a lot more that seem to be flat, but something like, let's say a Camry, that'll probably take, I don't know, 3 minutes. You're not a dry shrink prep guy? I like it, and I use it. I haven't used it as much lately. I've had so many carbon and ceramic jobs, and the extra stick that it has sometimes has, like, I don't know. There was a annoying story. I had a like a Buick back window. It was super flat for whatever reason. I scrapped like 2 or 3 pieces of carbon on that, and I just, like, I don't know, it was just sticking a lot. Three minutes. People are saying probably 3 minutes. Seems about right. We'll have an exact timestamp on it, though. Also, we're using ceramic, so that should make it more difficult, but Pro Nano is a very nice shrinking film. They're all really nice shrinking films. Give them a lot of credit for that. Is that why you crease it? If it's extra sticky, yeah, that could be a reason, for sure. Oh, we gotta check this. I think we're good. We did a whole removal on this, and the back window was shockingly clean compared to the other one. What makes you want to stream to YouTube and not Twitch? I actually do both. Discovery. Discovery, sorry, we're going to talk about video stuff for a minute. That's more interesting. That's more interesting than Tint. So Twitch is a pretty non-discoverable platform. If you grow an audience through like YouTube and stuff, you can push people to Twitch, but just growing on Twitch, it's really tough. So even YouTube, just streaming, exclusively streaming, is not a very good thing. You need to vary your content a lot. Short videos, catchy videos. Yeah, good topics. When are you getting more glass aid? I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm working on it. I was told I'd have an update yesterday. It's no fun. Every time somebody asks, I'm like, I wish I had a better answer for you. But yeah, I use Restream. I stream to Twitch, my Facebook group, and YouTube. I've been streaming that way straight for about a solid year. I've seen very little growth on Twitch at all. And if anything, people seem to want to go to your biggest platform anyways. So if somebody's on Twitch, they might watch and lurk, or they might come and chat on YouTube. It's weird. It's weird how it works. But that seems to be how it works. All right. Get this one in there. One more. Yeah, masking tape works pretty well. It's just not flexible. So it's more obnoxious to put it in there, and I think you still have to double it up. I watched your video about using a GoPro for streaming. Couldn't get it to work without lag. Yeah, that's the RTMP method. It'll always have a couple seconds of lag. And it varies. I got a $650 wireless HDMI transmitter, and I have that wired directly into the GoPro. Well, I have it like HDMI out on that. So you take no processed video basically, and then let the HDMI streamer do what it does best. So it's more things to have and wear and keep track of, but it's the only way to make it look like, if you want to make it look really good, it's the only way to do it. You could do it with pretty much any camera then, because it's just HDMI out, but you got to find something with natural stabilization in it too. So this is the Hero 8. But to get started, that RTMP method works great, because people are going to be more interested in what you're doing than the quality of it, but is it better to have a niche audience with high engagement? Well, it depends on what you're going for. I was trying to go for numbers, and then eventually I realized, what is it for? I have way more fun streaming. And these are things that all took me a long time to kind of figure out and learn. But, you know, it depends on how, like, like what you're going after. You need a goal of some type. So just getting on and streaming because you like it, like if that's why you do it, just because you enjoy it, then it doesn't matter. But if you want to try and support yourself off of it, then you kind of need to like come out with like a business model of some type. You need to have like a store or a business or something. And for that, you don't need a big audience. When will Jaybird start streaming? I don't know. I've been told by a few people they want to do it, and then nobody else does it, really. This is a wide open field right now. Is this 5? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We are blacking this out. Now, already stuck. There we go. Yeah, so I think on the other side, I think I did it on the other Acura too, rolled the passenger seal a little bit, rather than like just tuck this in and bought it back. Found you on Twitch? Dang! One of the few. I don't get much love on Twitch, but I appreciate the Twitch culture very much. Although, if I exclusively had a Twitch audience, I'd probably go insane. You guys use way more emojis. There we go. Goal. Ugh. That is tight in there. See, that's why I hated painter's tape so much. Because when you go farther into the seal, especially, painter's tape just starts falling off and it's thicker. Whatever I tape on the sides, I don't want it to get in my way. Need it to complement what you do. So yeah, as somebody was saying in chat, they tape dirty rubber seals too now, and not just felt, because it helps. That's awesome. Makes sense too, because you can sit there with like a rag, you can scrub it all out, but it's like, it's rubber. It'll still kind of, you know, it'll still have dirt on it. You know, you're just sitting there scraping it and stuff like that. Sometimes you start wearing into the rubber. But why wouldn't you just take a nice clean plastic and just, that's it. Way better. Done. You're done, son. Do things to optimize your time. I mean, obviously, things that also help make the job better. But in there, see what you can do to make the job better, but also keep things going along. So instead of sitting there and scrubbing it out, just when are you getting Glass Aid back in stock? I don't know. I'm working on it. Is Tint Wiz getting Tri-Edges back in stock? Ah! I mean, albeit most of the questions have been about Glass Aid back in stock. It's just kind of funny. I don't know about Tint Wiz. I check with them. Tape is so much cleaner for beginners. You know, I'm kind of annoyed at myself. Super chat. Is tucking or removing
Aaron
gasket
super
better for
chatted
beginning?
$1.99. Is tucking or removing gasket better for beginners?
Thank you, Robot Voice, for repeating that. Thank you for the 2. That's a great question. I don't think removing things is really going to benefit you a ton, unless you want to do it regularly. So if you happen to come from like a 12-volt background where you have already messed around with like taking things apart, then taking apart door panels, popping seals, learning which ones are worth doing, it can be incredibly beneficial, and you'll be way ahead of where I am when I run into like a really annoying car. That being said, there's certain cars that you're never going to want to take apart, or when somebody comes in with their brand new car, if they see you taking apart their car, it's just, you know, there are those people. So you can run your shop any which way you want to, and there's people that take everything apart, and there's people that don't take anything apart. And there are people in between. I like the kind of the in between, but I lean more towards not taking anything apart. So with being a beginner, taking things apart is going to make the install easier, but you're going to have to take everything apart. Learning a more universal approach is going to be a little bit more tricky in the beginning, but you'll be better suited for a lot more situations. So I tend to think don't take anything apart, but you have a harder time installing the film in the beginning. So that choice is going to be up to you. I can't make it for you. You must choose. Don't forget to prep the windshield so you don't have to take a coffee break. But I want a coffee break. Did I not? I did prep the windshield. Did I not do the back? Oh, no, I did the back too. Ha! Look at that. I did both. So yeah, it depends. It's the answer to a lot of it. It depends. Looking to buy a tint keg. Do you have any tips or tricks for using it? No, I don't have any tricks. I just use it. That was pretty sick, though. Tint kegs are great, though. It's just on-demand water pressure all the time. It's just, you don't want to sit there with a trigger sprayer and then your hand will start cramping up. If you don't want to do the pump sprayer, which I used to do those a lot, you run out of water too pretty quickly. But I don't know. Keg sprayers are just like, yeah! Surf's up, bro. I got the water. Come on. Come on. See. When I two-stage, I have to clean extra. Need to practice. Yeah, it makes sense. Definitely makes sense. It's, like I said, it's a trickier thing to learn. The more you spend screwing around with trying to tuck something in, the dirtier it's going to be. Bondo scrapers for window film. They were surprisingly decent, but I still wouldn't use them with all the other good tools available. They're like on the border of scratching. So I think they're handy to use, but I have stuff to replace them. So I don't know. So order stuff from tint tool sites. And I mean, if there's something that they help you with, then by all means, keep doing that. Don't let me tell you otherwise. Get rid of them. No, it's all good. All right. So we have this back window, and when we do that, we're going to get some quarter windows. We can also now shut off the car because we did all the roll downs. Stay. So we should probably turn off the car. Tacos or burritos? That's not even a competition. Tacos. Dawn or baby shampoo? Why not both? I use both. It works really well with this film. I can't even tell you exactly why. It's just the right type of soap for it. We should pull this up just a little bit. We're gonna try and sneak our quarters. I think it might be close. I use both mixed together. I do. I don't know exactly why it works better for this film, but it does. Look into the last summer's live streams, especially like ceramic and stuff. Oh, we had some frustrating days. Same thing with Pro Classic. It's just a tackier film. Kind of drives me a little nuts sometimes. But it's solid and reliable. Yeah, we're using actual Johnson & Johnson, like the good stuff. The $5 to $8 a bottle stuff. That's top shelf baby shampoo. None of that bottom shelf generic stuff, which actually worked okay with other films. I used the Sesame Street Dollar Store one for quite a while. It was great. It's just not as concentrated. All right, time me. Remember, this ceramic is a very good shrinking ceramic, but it is ceramic. I can move Pro Classic a little bit faster. I feel like I need a hotter heat gun right now. See, this isn't a super curved back window by any means. This is very straightforward. Oh, that freaked me out. That's the tape line. Get a torch? I'd probably ruin it. I've shrunk a handful of back windows and messed around with torches and stuff. If you guys are gonna be like, a lot of you are learning off of these streams too, so the reason I haven't like just gone full torch, because it's so cool, is I wouldn't suggest practicing with a torch. Not until you understand shrinking. And then you can go all you want with a torch. You can burn a car down. Do it. Feel like the felt card makes it easy. The card has nothing to do with it. Well, okay, yeah. For creasing, yes. If I make a mistake and I put like a crease in it, it's gonna be way less aggressive. But you can still put a good crease in it that you're not gonna be able to get out. But yeah, if I hit a piece of dirt, there, it shrunk. If I hit a piece of dirt with a hard card, then you're ripping right through the film. So like this, right? This little guy right here, see that? Chat, where can we get plastic for the door panels? Carpet shield. Did it? Oh, yeah. Look at that. You got a link in chat. Three to 5 minutes. Ugh. How long was that? Three to 5 minutes. Those are rookie numbers. 3.5? It's all good. Yeah, that's fine. Ever tried an electric heat gun? They're horrible. I'm sorry. They just are. That was a good 10 minutes. You're gonna get banned. God, that was an hour. When it's shrunk. I'm sorry. Yes. When it. Okay, so there's sometimes questions that, like, I get that make me laugh really hard because, like, yeah, I've tried to explain so many times why you're shrinking. But what I never really thought of is, like, yeah, there's levels of shrinking. I could take a heat gun and I could put a little heat on a window and then call it shrunk. No, it's not shrunk until it's flat. Yeah, so the whole point of shrinking is because the film is flat, the glass has a curve. You see this little bit right in the middle? If I try and lay this down, oh look, it's popping up. Like, I'm trying to squeegee. I don't understand why fingers are still there. It's because it needs to be shrunk more. So when it's flat on the outside, that means it's going to be flat on the inside. So it just never made that connection. We're going 5 on this one. So yeah, you gotta know why you're doing what you're doing, not just do it. I mean, I suppose you can just do it and have the same result, but understanding, we need to know. Trying to get this cut really close. What's that, orange tape? It's called tuck tape. Get the white stuff. The red stuff is fine and works really well. I just like the white one better. It's actually a little bit more practical for what you do. You'll be able to, like, see if you've tucked it all the way and it looks cleaner. I don't know. The red stuff is, like, still solid. But tuck tape. There you go. Wow. I still managed to miss. Where did I get the Chameleon film? I forgot I didn't have my light. I got it from the customer. Leave the tape. You know, I've had quite a few questions about, like, the glass aid on the outside. They're like, that kind of looks nice. And I'm like, no. Nah, take it off. It's not what it's for. Although it will last. I left it on my door window for like a year. And it was fine. Do you hear voices in your head when you're not streaming? I think so. Why not? I love good shitpost comments. I miss your balloon. I do too, a little bit. Like, I do, and it's just sitting up there. It's still the same one that's got a hole in it. It's something I want to figure out. I just haven't, like, we're going to finish up the glass shop, and I got to sit down and think of what to do. I want to have something happen, and I don't know. Where it lost out on me was I have actual customers up front that are just waiting on their cars, and they have, like, I can tell them I'm streaming, but they're just like, they just came in for a tint job. They're not like, ooh, I'm going to be on YouTube. They don't care. They're just like, yeah, I just want tint. Yeah, cool. It's what I do. So I don't want to freak people out and just like have an explosion in the shop. I mean, if I was super evil, I suppose I would have like a react camera up front. So when that sucker went off and a customer was up there, we would also show them. But I don't know. Is there like a reason I can't do that? Probably with like a blurry face or something. Bad reviews. This isn't the Jamie Kennedy experiment. Do you cast your stream on the waiting area TV? Wait, there's a waiting area TV? I don't have one of those. I'm not that fancy. I'm gonna have more TVs back here. Not up front yet. I actually am, I just got a toolbox. Harbor Freight cart. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna make a streaming cart of some type. I don't know, but it should be fun. Oh, come on. I think that's good right there. This whole edge is a little funky. It's actually wavy on this side, so it's like, I was looking at my edge and I was like, that looks a little wavy. And then I stuck it up here and it lined up pretty well. Like, oh, I guess that's just wavy. These ones, they're just slightly tricky. You just gotta make sure that leading edge is tucked into the gasket and you won't have any gaps. Look at that. Come on. Please tell me we didn't overcut it. Ooh. Good. We're good. All right, the squeegee's a boss. No! Fuck. Dang it. Dang it. Hang on. We might be able to save it. There's like one little sliver of a cut that like managed to like pop back up into the window. Might have been from the removal or something. PS5 or Xbox? PC, yo. But if you're lazy, then I always kind of went towards PlayStation. It's really like weird. I hate that there was so much like exclusivity one or the other. It's just like, it was annoying. If you knew people on one system, then you literally had to buy it to play with them. So annoying. Let's check. Whoa. Let's check this. I'm about at a 50-50 right now. Hopefully it's okay. We washed out whatever was there. I just didn't want to have to like pull it out of that spot. Wow, that's actually okay. How about that? It just needs to dry. There, that's dry. Well, that actually turned out well. Okay, I thought we ruined it. Little like sliver popped up there, but it all got flushed out. So that's good, sweet. We can do the other quarter. No gaps. No gaps. Is windshield tint legal in Detroit? If you got a doctor's note. State laws vary. Michigan, you can do, I don't know, they don't really specify if you have a doctor's note. They just say that you're exempt. So, sup, brah? Does somebody see the plate? It's pretty great. I forgot. I gotta do this. I was already cut this out. Oh, let's save it first. This is one of those, like, I'm iffy on taping it. Just because you can make, I think you can make a better cut without on this one, because you need to be pretty close. You got some room, but you need to be pretty close, so. Just dry it off, and we'll tape it. We forgot to do this before, so let's do it now. That's why our bottom edge was like a little bit long on the other one. Here you just want to get it really, really close. Do you have waivers? No, might be something I do. In all my years of tinting for other companies, they haven't had them either. That's the only reason I haven't. It's just been like, you know, it goes hand in hand with like some things people always ask me about, which is like shop insurance and whatnot. It's like, yeah, they're all good things to have, and you're better off for it. But are you ever gonna use it? Maybe. Maybe it'll come in handy someday, so. It's just one of those, one of those dumb things. Like, I've broke stuff at shops, and then they still don't use their insurance because that would make their insurance go up. So it's like, then why the fuck do you even have it? Oh, in case something goes wrong. Oh, okay, well that went wrong. Well, yeah, but it wasn't that expensive. It's like, yeah, I get it. It's just stupid. Insurance is just one of those money siphons. It's like film warranties. There's no incentive there, except keeping you as a customer. Is it gonna play? Is it gonna play? I don't hear it. Ah, there it is.
Daniel Rayner super chatted $9.99. Must have Supreme Master Matte.
Must the Supreme Master Matt. The names are getting more elaborate. Thank you, sir. Good to see you again. Thank you so much for the 10. Do you need insurance to tint? No. Not until maybe I don't know, somebody finds out. There's a huge checklist that you could go through and do to dot all your I's and cross all your T's. Is that the expression? Or you can just get started. And then work on that stuff while you're getting started. I don't know. That was how I looked at the tint business at home. I was like, am I allowed to do this? I'm not sure. But other people have businesses from home, so why not this? And then we ran into some issues, and then we got a shop. It didn't put me out of business. If anything, it helped me because I had more clients at that point. I learned how to take payments. Insurance is a must for high-end dealership contracts. True. True. There's definitely those types of situations, but at that point, I'd argue you probably already have it. You're established enough where it's like not even a second thought. Most of those questions about like, do I need this or do I need that, is like, it's got to be people just starting. I had that conversation actually yesterday with, Tuesday. I had that conversation on Tuesday. And it's like, yeah, there's definitely like, you know, if you're hauling cars back and forth from like from a company, dealership, body shop, this, that, then they have liabilities too. Because, I mean, that's a big question mark, because it's not even a question of if, it's almost a question of when, but it may never happen. But let's say you're hauling cars back and forth between you and another destination, right? Like you're going 5 minutes down the road to your tint shop. No big deal, right? You've never gotten in an accident before. Well, when you risk that with somebody else's vehicle, then there's like so many questions. You know, you could even get pulled over and then you're not registered and you don't have a plate and car gets impounded, like all these little things. That I would be worried about. But just having people walk in and tinting their cars, that's been most of what, it's been the majority of it anyways, and there's never been any reason for any shops to use their insurance, unfortunately. But for like the travel stuff, yes, you need that. Ooh, we're getting it. It's a new technique. It's called tape removal. Counter, it's like there's so many counters to every argument too, and then somebody finishes it off with dealerships suck to work with anyways. Too true. At the end we figured it all out, and then we were just like, yeah, they suck to work with anyway, so we're back to square one. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of dealerships that really suck. Did the tape leave residue? No. If it did, I wouldn't use it. Sometimes it feels like it's close to leaving residue, and it has left residue on like trims, on like chrome trim, so be careful of that. But like plastic interior panels and stuff like that, it's been pretty solid with. Still in, I'd say, testing phases, but it's on everything that I normally do, it's been solid. Solid, bro. How's Avery shrink compared to Geo? Their NR shrinks very well, not quite as smooth, but it's a great shrinking film. I had no problems with Avery NR, except it had a sticky adhesive too. But when you needed to remove Avery, it peeled clean. But funny enough, Geo's carbon peels clean, so that's nice. Just sticks like a son of a bitch though. Sometimes you really have to like wrestle with it, but it'll peel clean. Can't sneak the tint in front of the taillight. We can look at it. So I will cut around when there is a good reason to and a good solid dot matrix border. So if there's a nice clean ceramic border around it, I'll just leave it as is because it can look really clean. Totally get wanting to black it out too. But if they have like a bunch of stuff in the way to do that, then no. a good
Daniel
tip.
Rayner super chatted $9.99.
Oh, really? Daniel Reno is just a super chat? I thought that was with a comment too. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the 10. Followed up with, if you get residue from the tape, stick more tape to it and it'll come off. It's a good tip. Makes sense. Like silly putty or clay, when you just say you take it back off. If you get residue on it, just keep sticking more to it. Just don't let it sit on there. Okay, so this brake light is tucked into the headliner, so I don't quite know what you would have to take apart in order to free up some space. It's really kind of snug up there, so I would want that one removed. So like a similar looking one would be the Impala, but there's still more room on something like that. And then like BMWs and Audis, those have ways to remove it. This Acura, I don't know. I don't see any obvious ways to take it apart without having to like maybe headliner this. Because there's no like push pins. It's all just plastic headliner. So like I said though, and in a lot of these cases when you have a nice clear border, we're just tinted anyways. That's usually why, though. It's not something I've ever gotten a comment about either, like from whoever I've tinted for. I guess I don't know if that's weird or not. I don't think it's weird, but I haven't thought about it a whole lot. Probably because I've been doing it that way for a long time. All right, moving on. Ooh, that center one's gonna come out. Let's throw a towel here. Oh, I got this box. So I was putting that together. We're gonna make the ultimate little tint tool streaming cart. So we're gonna hook a TV up to it, I think. And then we're gonna like have everything all organized for tinting. So I do a lot less walking back and forth. And maybe get to put another camera on it, I don't know. We got cheerleader right there. And cheer us on. What if you install a tint as a business in states like New York where the limit is 70, you go darker? What potential troubles would that bring about? I don't know. You like talk to other tint shops in that state and see how they're doing. What's interesting is New York. I would have thought like states like New York where the laws are 70%, that it would just be horrendous, right? There's no business, nobody wants to get it. I mean, shoot. There's some good sized tint shops in New York, and they have to top it all off, they have yearly inspections too. And then people are still getting tint. I guess they're getting it removed and then they're getting it reapplied. It's interesting too, because I guess you wouldn't have to worry about lifetime warranty so much in a state where you have to remove it every year. People still get it. Yeah, Pennsylvania and New York, I think both are 70, something insane like that. Basically, if it's not from the factory, it's not legal. Basically what that means. Because you could be like, oh, I can put 70 over it. It's like, whoa, slow down there. You already have like 75 to 80. So you might be able to put 90 on it. Yeah, I used to want to change the Michigan state law. I was like, we have a terrible state law. And then actually Michigan state law isn't too bad. They're like nothing in the back or everything in the back. You can go as dark as you want. And then nothing but the top 4 inches in the front. Which sounds bad, but for the most part, if you kind of just like blend in with traffic, you're not going to you're not going to have problems. Pay off the inspection place. Oh, that's so New York. Is that how it goes? Like, hey, if you give me an extra $50, then you can keep it. You're fine. Oh, that's why. That's hilarious. Oh, but I was gonna say, the nice lenient thing about Michigan is the whole doctor's note thing. Give him $20 to $40. Dang, he is crushing it. You can get $20 to $40 for every car that rolls in that has whatever wrong with it. Oh my God. I want that job. In one video you said you were thinking of moving. Yep, I'd like to. I'd like to move to a warmer state. I don't know. That's one reason I haven't moved. Warmer states sound nice. Somewhere where I can have a pool year-round would be great. That's my... You want to talk about a life goal? I want a house with a pool and a good enough garage. Like an oversized garage, and I can dress it up real nice. And I can tint out of it, and that's the whole thing. After the stream, see ya. I'm gonna go soak. Move to Florida. You guys still have work winter time too, but summers are ridiculous. Like, we have hot summers here. Like, we'll have 90 degree, 95. It'll sometimes reach towards 100 on rare occasions, but 95 isn't super uncommon. And we got tons of humidity here because we're a lake state. We have gross water lakes. And I'm over winters. I just want to leave winter. I don't know if it'll happen. I don't know when it'll happen. Maybe we'll just move to the Philippines. California. Isn't everybody leaving California now, though? Texas is the new hot thing because incentives for companies. California got too expensive. Hawaii Tint Studio. Not something that I thought of. It would actually be awesome. Incredibly expensive too. You know, one of the best, there's a super, you know, I I was like, how the hell do you stay busy as a tint shop in a place like Hawaii? And apparently there's like one of the biggest film companies out there. Did you do the windshield? Not yet. We're getting to it. We're sitting here in the dark back. Do you know how to hand cut a windshield strip so it curves? I have some like ideas, but I've never really done something that very successfully. I've seen some things, and it was kind of like if you take a straight edge and bend it with like a chain or something, get it to bend evenly, then you can kind of like hand cut one. Or if you have a really steady hand, you can do it too. But I just don't. I do regular windshield strip, call it a day. Get the full windshield tinted. Dang! This went pretty well. Okay, thanks, bud. No problem, pal. Got you. Do I like the flat out anymore? No. No, we've abandoned it. It's a horrible squeegee. Everybody should burn their flat outs. I'll give it another go. Sooner or later. I'm on the hybrid right now. I started using the flat out with Avery, and then I went on a tangent with other squeegee blades, and I still really like the flat out. I think it's a great squeegee. What I noticed were some random scratches, so I don't know if I just had dirt on the film or something. So I'll give it a go here soon enough. But the hybrid has a great squeegee blade to it, and it's double-sided. So I unfortunately would still nick a hybrid, and it was more expensive, so I'd get annoyed and I wouldn't want to buy another one. But I don't know. The what was I saying? Sorry, I was listening to comments too. The flat out. Flat out's good, but I like the hybrid a little bit better right now, and I've been able to sharpen it a handful of times so far, so we'll see how long that lasts. Woo! That looks good. How about Puerto Rico Tint Studio? You know, one reason I did the Detroit Tint Studio thing is like I can change the Detroit and I can put it anywhere. Right now it's Detroit, but if I move, I'll just change the blah, blah, blah Tint Studio. The Tint Studio thing for me was just kind of like I think it speaks more about what I'm doing than just shop or whatever. I think auto spa is kind of cool too, but it's done by a lot of people already, and I was just like, you know, I do so much live streaming, and studio sounds cool, so we'll put kind of like a place on it, Detroit, and then tint, because it's easy, descriptive, Detroit Tint. It's really good with search, and then studio at the end, because if you ever catch the live streaming, it then makes sense. And it's like, ooh, I tint out of a studio. I don't tint out of a shop. There we go.
Daniel Rayner super chatted $4.99.
Daniel Rayner. Thank you for the 5. But yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I tint out of the studio. I don't work out of a shop. But you know, it's always bugged, maybe not always, but it bugged me for a long time. Window tinting has been for a long time treated like another automotive thing. You know, so you have like remote starters, mechanic work. It's just like, yeah, it's a car thing. And it's like, yeah, it is a car thing, but it can be treated very differently, and should be, I think, treated very differently from just like, you know, glass repair. I think there's definitely a level of skill, there's a level of art involved. And, you know, why not, instead of just treating everything like a garage, try and dress it up more like a studio. So, there's that. Where's my squeegee? There it is. And as far as like the RGB stuff, that was because streaming is most notable with gamers right now. And I was like, I want to like RGB my studio. You could do all types of themes with it. Like stainless steel and white. How about cats? Kern's Auto Tint Studio. Hey, anything can be a studio. Thinking. Did I have to go inside the trunk for this? I think so. Why don't I remember that? Oh, I did. Okay. So I gotta flip down the seats. Oh, I didn't flip down the seats because the headrest just snuck in there. Wait a second. Sorry, I have like an enormous... Good God. That's ridiculous. Sorry, somebody literally just like brute forced my my chat with a ridiculous Facebook comment, so we have to cancel it. It's still going. Shut up. Oh my God, ridiculous. Apparently somebody can destroy my chat that way. That's fun. Thank you, YouTube, for that character limits. How do you sharpen a squeegee? GoPro. Wow, what you guys looking at? So, for sharpening a squeegee, I could make a video. I talked about it a little bit. I guess it's not a super well-known thing. Just kind of if you've been tinting for a long time, seeing these little guys. These are card sharpeners. So you would take a card and you just run it down here. There's a little, literally 2 sections from a stainless steel blade. You unscrew that. You can put a new blade in there. We didn't want to see that angle. Sorry. Yeah, fun. Okay, so you'll take your squeegee blade on the end, wet this down, and just, and it'll shave off a lovely little sliver, and then you'll be good. So, I've messed up squeegees that way, but I'm getting a little better at it. Softer the squeegee, the easier it is to do, too. Is it on Tint Depot? I think so. Also, Sun Distributing should have it as well. Oh, dang it. I totally forgot. I forgot to add them as a sponsor today. Is it too late? It might be too late. Was this even opened yet? Oh, I don't know if this was opened. I don't think so. Wow. Okay. So, I need to open this. So, Sun Distributing actually is coming on as a channel sponsor, which is cool because I've known those people for a very long time. That was the mobile tint service. That's where, same company. Sorry for not taking the staples out. Oh, it's all good. I actually used to send kits like this. I'd sit there and I'd try and bend the pins, and then I realized you can just try and yank them out. But maybe this one. Oh, there we go. Come on! What if it's not even in here? My tint's turning purple. What's going on? You got cheap film, bro. There we go. We got it. No, this one. We got there. Let's see how they pack it. I'm assuming pretty well. Ooh, they gave us information. Oh, we don't wanna crinkle it. They should getting a bunch of advertising right now. Okay, so we have the windshield all prepped except for the inside. There we go. So this is supposed to be the lighter stuff. Here, let me step on it. When there's no core in there, it gets really dicey trying to not crease it. Why do most dealers use an exclusive tints discount? What does that mean? I don't even know if I know what that means quite yet. Whoa! That's wild. It's probably not going to look like that when we get it installed. Just like holding it up there right now. That is not the... it's when it's facing light. Ew. That's worrisome. Shit. Alright. I'm thinking. Bear with me. How can we move it without ruining this whole roll of film? Because there's this spot here that looks like a manufacturing defect right there. It's a bright spot. It's right in the driver's side, which is not good. Good stuff. So I'll run into this on regular film, very rare, but sometimes you just see a manufacturing defect. It's not like completely uncommon. But what we can try and do is just find the cleanest part of the film and just get all that out, because this is a pretty big piece of film. So I kind of just wanted to see, it's over here right now. It's out of the way, but we're also going to just go to the end of the roll. So we got to kind of like unroll this, shift it all the way over, and just try and get it off the car. See how far we can take that off. It looks like there's enough of it clean to kind of keep that, but like, Chameleon Films, what are you doing to me? It seems like there's always something with these things. Alright. I think that's all clean. This company is not inspiring very much confidence. So there's our bright spot. Looks like we can kind of get it completely out, which is good. I don't really want to just destroy the rest of it either, but kind of just pull it over here. Yeah, it's like here, little trail. And then we'll just kind of cut this guy out. Yeah. I'm just going to do one section here. I think I still have the other pieces too. I don't know what I'd do with it. 60s. This is a 60. God, I hate 60s. '60s are so overkill. Like, I mean, it's just so much excess. So that's why I would never carry a 60 for, like, any practical jobs. You always get them cut down. That's how they're made. Is that thicker than the last stuff? Canon. Let me, one sec. I do have it. Look at that. I actually have it. So this is the old stuff. This is the new stuff. Thought about him having put it on the mirrors. It is. This stuff's thicker. Wait. Is it? No, maybe not. No, it seems similar. Maybe a little different, but similar enough. Thought about putting it on the mirrors. You know, it's not something I've really done. I haven't really put film on the mirrors. I've done it like one time. Ooh, look at that. You can kind of see it already. GoPro. Attention! Do not overheat this film. This film is thicker than most films, 2.5 mil. Therefore, it takes more time to shrink. Experienced tint installers are strongly encouraged. For more information, visit Ultravision. Because being a chameleon type film, the percentage VLT differs areas, same film average plus or minus 7%. If any damage is found upon arrival, please return it immediately. If you attempt to install a damaged film, you'll be no longer able to return it. Oh, shit. We should have returned it. Why are you sending out damaged film, Ultra? That's what I want to know. They should have quality control here. Chinese supplier. Too late. Show them the video. How about that? Come on. I don't think they're anticipating the installer to stream their film. We have it on record. I'm sure they're trying to, like, mitigate, hey, like, I installed it and it was defective. I want my money back. And it's like, have you tinted before? That. Probably to get rid of that. But it looks like the piece that we're going to be doing is clean enough. Maybe that's why they send a 60. You'll find a spot on it that seems okay. Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I forgot. I actually didn't even pay attention to what shade this is. This is 55. Okay. But it's reflective. So that 55, for those of you that are wondering, like, it'll kind of look 55, and then it'll kind of look like crazy dark, depending on the light that's reflecting off of it. Because it's a mirrored film at that point. So 55% VLT to see through, but that's different when you have mirrored films. Woo, look at how yellow. Oh, shit. This is, dull. That's why I wasn't going through. You'll need to test to see where the backing is? Yeah, I checked before I even put it on the window. Don't freak me out. Yeah, we're good. The backing is really easy to find if you've been tinting. It's there. Backing, liner, whatever you want to call it. This film is thicker. You know, it doesn't really feel thicker though. They say it's a 2.5 mil, but it doesn't really feel like it's a 2.5 mil. It feels like it's a pretty standard Chameleon film. I had to double check because you guys get in my head. That's why. I was fine. And then you start overthinking it and you're like, was it? Was it? I was, right? Yep. Because I'd be horrified if I didn't. It's almost got this yellow glow to it on all this stuff. It's like, it looks kind of like warm and sunny in here now. So that's actually kind of like a thing. Could be also with like a combo from the lighting that I have here. So I'm going to shrink this stuff slowly. I know last time we blew air underneath it. But the whole principle of that is to just kind of get it to shrink evenly and slowly. So we're going to do that same type of thing, just without blowing air underneath it. 2.5 mil with outliner. See, that's where they could get you. So I was looking for some training film, and I actually ordered some direct out of China. And good God, it was some of the cheesiest film that I've ever seen. It was the cheapest film that I could buy, though, so I was just curious about it. I still have some. And they said, yeah, it's a 2 mil film. And then I got it, and it felt like it. Or no, 1.5 mil. They're like, yeah, it's a 1.5 mil. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I peeled it, and the liner felt thicker than the film did. And I was like, aha! That's like the, hey, how much do I have to shrink a window type of thing. I shrunk it. Did you? This stuff shrinks really straightforward, too. Nothing crazy at all. Yeah, I've done I had a 4 mil film. That stuff shrank really easily too. It just depends on the manufacturer. Some films are easy to shrink, some films are the same thickness and difficult to shrink. It really comes down to like material choice and just like manufacturer. You don't know until it's there. Where can I buy it? I don't even want to shout them out. If you guys want to shout them out in chat, go ahead. I'm still skeptical. They need to earn my trust back with this film. I don't know. We've had a handful of interesting films, and they've all let me down one way or another. But there are more people that have used this one that say it's okay. So I'm hoping this is okay, but ugh. I hope this doesn't give me the same dot matrix problems as the other ones, but I did hear somebody in chat say they had the same problem too. It wasn't sticking. What other ones have you used from China? That was it. I was literally looking for a training film. Do you have a list of all the tools you need to get started? I do. Tint Depot. Ah! Tint Depot. Oh, it didn't pop up. I'm sorry. Go to tintdepot.com/tint stuff, and you'll have a list of recommendations. It was supposed to pop up in chat, but it didn't work. Tint Depot. Ah, I got nothing. Also, Sun Distributing has starter kits too. I need to add their logo to the stream. I totally forgot. I was going to earlier today, and then I got sidetracked. So we'll do that on the next stream. I wonder how a torch would affect this film. I wouldn't do it. These are sensitive. Should I get a junk door to practice on? No, you get a car and practice on that. You'll learn so much from tinting on your own car. You'll learn from a junk door, sure, but you'll learn more from your own car. And what's cool is you can tint it more than once. You just tint it again, remove the film, tint it again. Or if you're part of the triple limo crowd, then just do it in limo a bunch of times and then just keep going. Just layer upon layer upon layer. They'll love you. Hey guys, I did 16 layers of limo on my car for practice. What roll do I normally use? Depends on what somebody's getting, but GeoShield's the brand. A lot of what I install. Actually, it's basically all I install. Are Teslas fun to tint? Yeah, they're great fun. Hell of a payday off of a Tesla. No, Teslas can be big projects. The Model S is really straightforward. Nothing crazy about that one. Most of the other ones have something unique about them, especially the Model 3s. Model 3s and windshields, I think, on the Model X. You got those funky doors, too. A lot of funk. It's so blue. Bluey purple. Looks cool. Plotter? Yes. Yes. Definitely have used plotters. They're very helpful, and I hate them. Do I cut on the tape? I sure think so. Yeah, it keeps the knife off the window. So you don't risk scoring the glass, because that would be fun. Why did I hate the plotter? We've talked about it a bunch of times. Why do tinters use one brand of tint? What if you like one and another? No, you'll get exiled. You can only use one. Only use one. No, I used to do that, actually. I used to like this film from this company and this film from another company. It's a little bit for simplicity. And like there's no reason that you can't carry a couple of films like from other companies. It makes it a little bit easier for talking about film. Like this is the brand if you're interested in their films. This is the brand that I carry. This is what I use. Where it would stop for me is if I feel like a company had a major deficiency on one of the films. So if like, you know, their dyed film's good, but their ceramic is total shit, then I would carry something else or just look for a different company entirely. So it all depends on the shop, but a lot of them will carry one brand just because, you know, they have stuff that works for them.
Andrew Young
across the board.
super chatted $5 because you made me laugh.
Thank you for the 5. Glad I can make you laugh. You're one of the few people, probably. All right, we're gonna seal these edges in a little bit. We're getting close to the installation. Sounded like great.
Jose 78 Rios super chatted $4.99. What's up? How everyone doing?
Jose with the 5 too. So we had Andrew with the 5, Jose with the 5. What's up? How everybody's doing? Thank you.
Daniel Rayner super chatted $4.99 because you super chatted.
Daniel Reno with a 5 too, because you super chatted. Oh my god. Plumber WRX. There it is. Was there no...
Plumber super chatted $2. Do you ever use
there.
polarized tint film?
Oh my... Guys! You guys! I can't keep up with this. I'm trying to work here. But thank you, I appreciate it.
Deadlift
Keep
super
them coming.
chatted
It's fine.
$6.05.
Deadlift.
Calls you both super chatted.
Does this come off? Here, I think I can cut it. No.
Jose 78 Rios super chatted $4.99. I'm back, was really busy.
Alright. Thank you guys. Thank you all for the super chats. We had Plumber WRX with a 2 who had a question. Do you ever use polarized tint film? I don't think... I haven't found a polarized window tint. There are, as far as I know, there are no polarized window tints. I don't know why. Something I looked into, but none of the films here or anywhere are ever polarized. I don't know if it would just cause problems or they're just not. Thank you for the 2. XPEL makes a polarized? Do they really? Oh, well, there you go. I'd love to see it. Deadlift. Whoa! Good God. Deadlift with the $24.99. Oh, Ron, what is that? Thank you. I appreciate it because you both super chatted. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. Jose with another 5. I'm back. Was really busy. Good to have you back, man. Yeah, it's amazing. I'd love to see it then. That's cool. Oh my God. Good God. We can't keep up.
Jose78 Rios super chatted $4.99. Now my son changed from Lexan to Geo.
Jose with another 5. My son changed from Lexan to Geo. That's awesome. I hope he likes it. I would love to hear straight opinions about switching too. I don't care if you like it or you don't. I want to find what works well for you guys, so... But I'm going to be a little biased here. I'd imagine he's going to like Geo better, but hey. Just a thought. Thank you. Thank you, guys. That's an enormous, crazy wave of super chats there. Must be this chameleon. Why are most shops scared to tint full windshields? I don't know if... Are they? I haven't looked around at shops lately, but I don't know. Coming from my perspective, like, I was leery about doing windshields for a while because there's a lot that can go wrong. And then when you're really new to doing windshields too, it's just an added layer of difficulty and stuff like that. So if it's not in your normal workflow, adding it in is kind of it takes some time. In Iowa, most won't do a full windshield. Then somebody needs to go open up a tint shop in Iowa and tint full windshields because there's an enormous opportunity there. Michigan was funny too. Like, I got so used to no windshields. Like, when I started tinting, there was basically like nobody was doing windshields. Like, customers weren't asking for it either. It was just kind of like, whoa, why would I do a windshield? It's crazy. So it's like, everything was always like full cars, no windshields. And then I went out of state and saw another shop. They're like, yeah, it's weird that we wouldn't do the windshield. We always do the windshields. But added risk, difficulty, and if you suck at tinting. Sorry, I don't know what to do about this. I want to get it. Oh, there we go. We did it. We got it out of the way. We're good. Never mind. Every shop that I called was scared to do it because of water in the dash. Do they not cover anything up? Are they like off the grid? Do they not have internet? Can they not see how other people, including this channel, are doing windshields without problems? Lazy shops in Utah. What's the state law there? Oh, that's cool. Oh, thank you for the super chat.
Alligator window tint super chatted $4.99. I do for windshields on 85 to 90% of the vehicles a tint, but I only use 70% clear film, never dark.
Okay, that was funny. Thank you for the 5, Alligator. Good to have you. That was really funny because it's like the way that he said it. I do windshields on 85 to 95% of the vehicles that I tint, but only in 70%. There's a lot of percentages there. Like 60% of the time, it works every time. But somebody also had a comment about the Challenger. They removed the deck a little bit and turned on the defrosters. Worked like a charm. That's awesome. Alligator from Obsessed Garage. That's right. The one, the only. I think we used to have an imposter here. We used to have like a gator window tint, but I haven't seen him in a while. Used to participate quite a bit. There's always the alligator imposter. All right, we're getting ready to install this. Ooh, that made it extra glossy and reflective. No, I was laughing because somebody apologized. Their bank thought the super chats were fishy on their account. It's all good. That's a cool story along with it, though. If you super chatted at any point or regularly or whatever, don't ever feel like you have to keep doing it. If you enjoy doing it, then it's all good. But you can always ask questions regardless, one way or another. Super chat.
Jose78 Rios super chatted $4.99. Now that I watch all your videos, I'm God for any Windows tint. If I'll have questions, I'll watch your videos. Smiley face. Thanks for being good teacher.
Thank you so much for the 5. I missed part of that. I'll read it in a little bit. But thank you so much for the 5 again. I learned that on some comments, it'll read my chat over the text-to-speech that is the robot voice too. But I'm sure chat heard it. This curling on the edges always is a little bit alarming. I think we dealt with it last time, where like film started to like curl on the edges a little bit. What I'm hoping is that the adhesive is going to stick to the sides this time. What was that? Now that I watch all your videos, I'm God for window tint. That's awesome. Glad to hear.
Alligator window tint super chatted $4.99.
My God.
Here is another one because I was feeling obligated to do so. Call me
Alligator with another 5 because I was feeling obligated. Thank you, sir. Don't feel obligated. That is not the point. Don't feel obligated to super chat. Do it because you want to. We have a new project, though. I'm going to be building a little streaming cart over there. So I got like a decent-sized white Harbor Freight cart rolly box thingy. I'm going to put a TV on there for chat. And I don't know. We're going to kind of make it the ultimate, like, tinting tool cart that you can, like, wheel around. Everything's going to be on hand because I walk back and forth too much. Forget something, I wanted to have all the tools. Glass cleaner, rags, place to throw the rags. Chat so I don't have to walk around the car. Maybe a camera. I don't know. It's just going to be super handy. All right. God, this film makes it look like a glowy, sunny day in here. It's really cool. Where can I get that tint? You can't. It's going on this car. It's already sold. Stop it.
Daniel Rayner super chatted $4.99. Me too, I feel obligated, lol.
Lol. Daniel Reyna, thank you for another 5. Holy shit. Oh, it is curling. A little bit. Okay. I gotta treat this a little bit different. Because I feel obligated. Matt's making everybody feel obligated now. Unsubscribe. But if it curls up, does that mean it won't curl back off the glass? Oh, I don't like that. We're getting it. That's good. Sorry, I don't mean to scare anybody. But that curl right there, those edges when they're rolling inwards, I don't like that at all. They're just... Don't look at it as anything more than a characteristic of the film, though. It's just, that's the way that this film is behaving.
Andrew Young super chatted $5. Stop. I don't want money.
Andrew Young with the 5. Stop, I don't want money. Well, if you don't want money, I will happily take it. But just know not to feel obligated. That's the thing. Don't feel obligated. Oh, we're not scared. We're not the ones doing the job. I hear ya. I'm having flashbacks now of what this was originally like. Okay, let's get it up there. I think we can just zip it down. Ha! Screw you. Got it. Make sure all our edges are covered. It's still sliding, so that's good. Hopefully it remains that way for a couple more seconds here. Do you have problems with contamination for taking this long? No, not really. You can have little dust float into your tint. It's usually bigger stuff. Here's what I'll say. If you're in a relatively clean environment, and you don't have like very much airflow going on, so like you don't have ceiling fans, that type of stuff, then you're generally you're okay. You can let tint kind of hang out in the air for like a little while and you'll be fine. You can peel your windows from there. You could carry it like clear across the shop and install it. It'll still be clean. So it is better to work faster for sure, but with windshields you can kind of take your time. Does the mini soak rope work? I have the OG one, and that I use on absolutely everything. I think a mini one would be really good too. The thicker ones, I don't like. Just the thin ropes, like the OG one is plenty wide. I don't think you really need like a extra big one for like trucks and stuff like that. It's kind of like one size fits most, or all. But yeah, I've always had the OG size one. I think a mini one, like a thinner one, would actually be better for me, because then it's less I gotta fight against corners and stuff. Oh, what are we, 4? Can't say anything on stream. So other than the curling on the sides, shrinking was fine. I'd still be careful with it. Yeah, it's a little sensitive, I'm sure. What I'm hoping now is that everything locks down towards the sides and won't roll off the glass. So that is something that didn't really start to happen until hours later. Somebody also mentioned, asked if it was like over shrinking or anything, like curling on the sides. No, it's really just the film. Films have, different films just have weird little quirks. So I shrunk it the same as I shrunk everything else for the most part. And it just curled. So nothing to do with like over shrinking. If you're over shrinking, it's kind of just, you're gonna burn it. That's all that would happen to the very end. Oh, soak rope. Why you gotta be that way? I guess we gotta shove this farther in. There we go. Alright. Now we can pull it out. Jesus. We're going to clean it up. We're going to take a look here. But I'd say that went pretty well. Again. What VLT? This is 55. It looks great. I love that like subtle, well, I wouldn't even say it's subtle anymore. I love that blue. That blue. I don't even care that it's lighter. I'd almost say that's to your benefit with it being lighter, because Mercedes has that like factory purpley blue on like the backs and the windshields of some of their cars. I think they do the same thing to the sides too, but it doesn't quite look the same. Throw this out. Whoa, I can't even see it. Can't even see it. And then you get like right up on it. And it's like, oh, there it is. All right, we're almost home free. We're not quite there yet. We just gotta go over the sides. So I'm gonna try and thoroughly dry this one. It's definitely something we learned last time. Was like as it dried on the sides, it really started, like you saw the adhesive basically starting to fail. So I'll spend a little bit of time here on stream doing that. Just checking it over. God, that yellow. You really see it kind of reflecting in here and on the white. So as soon as I take out the dash towel, you're probably not going to see it. But there's like a glow to it. Really interesting. How do you work out the matrix part? Yeah, so all this right here, you just kind of leave it. Like, it's one of those unfortunate things. Adhesives on window tint aren't thick enough to like fill that area. So there's just not enough surface area for that glue to kind of like settle down and stick there. Not unless it's all really dried out, or unless you've already, unless it's kind of dried out naturally, then you can kind of press it down after the fact. But for as long as it holds moisture, it's not really going to stick. Just become it's a quirk of window film. That'd be fun to try and sand that down there. When will Glass 8 be back in stock? I'm sorry. I don't know exactly. I was expecting an update yesterday. Still haven't got one. It was supposed to be 2 months ago that I just had it, and then I didn't. It was actually never supposed to go out of stock, and then it did. Hopefully soon enough. 55%. So let's cross our fingers on this adhesive. Everybody, let's pray to the Chameleon tint gods. Please stick. It looks clear. I will say that. I don't see any weirdness with the adhesive this time around. So yay. I didn't before. But as it dried out, it started to happen. So I kind of know what I'm looking for, too. Will this prove to be acceptable to install for my clients? I'd still tell them to go buy it. Anybody that wants this stuff installed by me, just go buy it and then I'll install it for you. I don't know if it's worth me stocking and trying to just market up front. So we're gonna gradually heat up this windshield. I was told not to heat shrink the... Oh, no, that's definitely not true. Okay, so you can definitely heat up film on a windshield after it's installed. You're gonna crack a windshield if you focus that heat too much in one spot. But you gotta put like a lot of heat. I mean, maybe not like a lot, but it's significant. I heard lots of things in Facebook groups and forums about like cracking windshields when you're trying to heat shrink them and like, oh, I didn't use any heat and stuff like that. Man, I can confidently say I have absolutely never cracked a windshield from a heat gun. There's always those disclaimers like, okay, come on, never on a windshield. I've never cracked a windshield from a heat gun. Just know it's laminated, and that means there's two pieces of glass sandwiched together. So heat it up, and then allow that heat time to pass through, and then like you kind of gradually warm it up and add to it, and then just like if it hurts to touch the glass, stop heating it up. That's your temperature gauge there. Just don't get it so hot that it like hurts really to touch the glass, because then you're gonna boil the water underneath and it's all gonna bubble up and look like crap anyways. And then the windshield cracks. If only. That would be like the worst, best comedic timing for my tint career ever. Everything added up to a windshield cracking on stream where it's never happened before, and then everybody would go like, uh-oh. Even with chipped windshields, like if you got a chipped windshield and it's starting to spider, be careful of that. That could spread. Absolutely. But, you know, I tinted a bunch of windshields with little chips on them too, and it's just like, just be careful. Who cares? Dang. Now, one thing that I would have to test this sometime on like a different window, or with maybe the extra film. So I'd be worried, like if I found a little hair underneath and I already put that heat on the side, I would now be worried of peeling this back and that glue stretching or something weird. That would concern me with this film in particular. A lot of films are completely fine. This when you get into these specialty films, you get some weirdo problems. That looks really good. Maybe we're okay. So far, I don't see any of the edges look like they're peeling up. I'm still kind of keeping an eye out. I don't see any weird, I mean, maybe here. Look like there's some little manufacturing spot there. Not like a bright color or something, just like a weirdo little distortion there. Very small. Like here too. It goes along the same plane too. I didn't notice this at all. I'm gonna try and press whatever air of this out. Yeah, okay, so that's going down. Yeah, so like there's one there, and then there's one that goes straight across along the same field, so this stuff suffers from like little manufacturing defects too. A little bit, just a little bit. Not as bad as that bright spot. When you have like a big old color distortion, that other one's pretty bad. But I don't see that anywhere on here, which is really good. Everything's looking pretty good though. Sweet. So like I said, the only thing I'd be concerned about is it still trying to roll off the glass. Are windshields easier or back window? Windshields are definitely harder. There's so much more to go wrong. Yeah, they're wider. People are staring right through them all the time. So if you have like if you have like a major crease or a defect right in the driver's line of sight, you're done. It'll drive them crazy. They're always staring at it. So I always charge a premium for windshields too. So if somebody asks me about a back window, generally I'll charge more for the well, I will. I'll charge more for the windshield. Generally, I will. It's like this little. Is that on the outside? I think that's on the outside. Install, shrink it wet, shrink it dry. Both? Really? Sounds like a lot. Should be just one smooth way to do it, and then you'll be good. Yeah, we're looking pretty good here. I think there's just this one little slight, I don't know what that is. A little distortion right there. So there's something there. That's annoying. Everything else looks pretty good. Just trying to figure out what this is. If I had to guess, it's going to be something with the glue. It's like so subtle though, you can't really see it from the outside. Or I think. Yeah, we're just going to leave it. I just don't know. I was just trying to figure out what it was. Maybe it'll just clear up. I'm not going to peel it back and try and spray it or anything. I'm just looking at it. Little something. It's not dirt. I just don't know what it is. Ha! Oh well. We'll let this stuff continue to dry out. Hopefully it dries fine like the other stuff. I mean, it's looking really good. So is the other stuff. Cross our fingers. How the hell do you read the comments? It's like a phone call. Everything's text to speech, so I hear all you guys. Stop touching it. No! We gotta make sure it's as sealed down as it can, because before it started to roll off the window, we're not messing it up anymore. We're just doing anything and everything that we can to make sure it looks top notch here. But yeah, I think we're good. Ignore my question? What was the question? Okay, when I say I hear everything, if I'm talking, I don't always get everything. I try to, though. I don't intentionally ignore people. I guess unless I've answered the question 100 times today. How many cars a day? Here? A couple. In a glass shop? Like, or elsewhere? More. Do I know anybody looking to buy a Graphtech? No, I don't know. I'd post that in the Facebook group, though. You'll usually find a buyer in a tint group pretty easily for a plotter, especially if you're a little bit below or at like market value. Just cleaning up some last little things. Do you use Tint Wiz? Yes, I do. They're very helpful. Probably not as much as I should. I've heard they've added some new features, and I don't know what they are yet. I have to look into it, but I heard they were really helpful. All my invoicing, proposals, that type of stuff. That's all through Tint Wiz. Keep track. Good. How do you like using it? It's good. The end. No, it's helpful. You can put in, cars, invoice people pretty easily. Keep record of everything. The proposal feature is pretty solid. So you can decorate basically like an email type thing. It's not an email, but it formats it in like a pretty web page type of thing. Show them different options that so if somebody's wondering about window film, and you have different options of window film, it allows you to add pictures, video, and different things to kind of dress up your proposal to somebody. So if they're, calling around to other places and whatnot, it's just another thing to help you stand out, and it's really quick to do. You can have pre-saved ones. All right. I'm going to keep an eye on this. I'm going to let it continue to dry. But we're pretty much at the end here now. I got so wrapped up with that windshield. I forgot we did the rest of it too. Whoa, that is so, like, it glows, man. Where's the key? Oh, it is in here. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, uh-oh. No, it is. Dang, boy. Look at that. Guess we should pick this up. TLX 5 on all the sides and the back. And then we did Chameleon 55 on the windshield. I mean, it's not as dark as the other one was, but it looks good. It's like you can only see like a little bit of like the steering wheel and stuff like that. You get that nice blue to it. And then you kind of go on the side and you don't really hardly see it anymore. That looks good. That's cool. I like that subtle tone to it. You definitely know it's there. Ooh. Good stuff. And on an Acura, I mean, I wouldn't know it's not factory. Well, I would, but. Whew. Good stuff. What is it? Oh, dang, it's 5:30. Oh, my God. All right. Yep, that sounds about right. I guess we got caught a little bit up with the windshield. It turned out great. I knew it was going to take anywhere from 5 to 6 o'clock. Looked like we were going to be done a little bit sooner. Alrighty. We got a bunch of super chats we got to shout out here. What's better, short plastic squeegee handle with Blue Max or the stainless handle with the Blue Max? I'd get a plastic handle. The Fusion handle's the best. But the metal handle, you'll like, I've ripped chunks of film off with that Unger handle. I used to use that. You damage things with it. Use a plastic one. All right, so we're going to shout out some super chats here. Good God, there was a whole bunch of them today. Lots of 5. Andrew, Daniel, Alligator, Jose, Alligator, Jose, Deadlift, Plumber, Daniel, Jose, and Andrew, Daniel, Aaron. Did I shout out Aaron? Aaron, thank you. Alan, Mark, Chino, Tropical Shade, Dorito, Alan. Good God. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Must be the Chameleon or something. Afternoon stream, is that it? I don't know, but I much appreciate it. Thank you guys for hanging out today. It's Thursday, so that means the next stream, I think, is Saturday. Saturday is a bit of a weird day for me this week, so we're going to try and stream, I think, in the morning. There should be a regular job, and I think there's some like weirdo job in the afternoon. So we're going to do the morning, if that's the case. So thank you guys for hanging out. I much appreciate all the support. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Again, we did Ceramic 5 and then Chameleon on the windshield. Looks really good. So I was very happy to do this one. Do a backflip. That's then no more streams. Alrighty, guys. I will catch you on Saturdays then, probably. You have a good one. Bye-bye.